So ito ay isang TV program na ina-upload nila sa social media afterwards, no? So itong particular na talk or discussion so is okay. So I will skip most of the not so important parts. Ayan. So, introduction ng TV host, steel bars. Steel bars. And although specifically we are talking of steel bars, it is much more related in our PRPC. Okay, PRPC. Then at the same time, it's also related to PSD. So PSD is about steel. So therefore, the characteristic and properties of the steel or steel bars are somewhat related in the types of elements that we are using in our course, specifically PSD, and on steel bars. Okay. So I will skip some of the portion. Okay. So as early as 2010, according to this account, okay. So there is some engineer, which is a practicing civil engineer. At the same time, he is a structural engineer, member of ASEP. Okay, member of ASEP. What is ASEP? Association of Structural Engineers of the Philippines. So they are civil engineer. At the same time, they form an association and call themselves ASEP. Okay. So this character in this video is a member of ASEP, civil engineer, and let us continue. These are the structure that's being done in our country. Majority of materials being supported by steel. Yeah, look, okay. High-rise building, mostly high-rise building. So this is a danger that I'm talking about. He is the one. Okay, and take note of this. TMT or thermomechanically treated. Okay. Rebars, meaning what do we mean by rebars? Reinforced steel bars. In short, rebars. Okay. TMT, thermomechanically treated. So after producing the steel bars from the main furnace, right? It is now going to the next process, which is thermomechanical treatment process. Okay, so thermo meaning temperature. Okay, so it has something to do with temperature. This process has something to do with change of temperature. Okay, so application of heat. Okay, thermomechanical. So the mechanical properties, they want their desired characteristic from the mechanical properties. So they undergo these rebars into the TMT or application of heat. so that it changes its characteristic into a what? Somewhat favorable. Favorable to whom? So let us see. Okay. So the claim of this group is they are a group inside the ASEP. So meaning ASEP is now divided into one group that says this type of material is okay, and another group that says that this type of material is not okay. So this is the contention of each of the group. Okay, so one of the popular claim of this particular group led by this engineer is the TMT process steel bars is only good at the outside, right? At the outside. For example, I have, for example, a pen. So if this pen is a steel bar, okay, if this pen is steel bar, the good quality of the steel bar is only on the surrounding surface, right? Only on the surrounding surface of the steel bar, which is greatly differs from the characteristic inside the steel bar. So the same material, the same steel material, but the properties are different from one another because one is the outside surface about 2 to 3 mm, I think. We can verify later on how much is this surface of the steel bar that have a good quality, and the core or the interior of the same material has a different quality or low quality. Okay, so meaning to say, they claim that it is being passed on to the user without the user knowing it, and therefore the users, meaning owner of the building and engineers or the design engineer, are not aware that the quality of the steel inside, okay, is actually not enough, maybe not enough with regards to the design of the structure. Okay, and therefore there is a risk, okay, there is a risk that a building, particularly high-rise building, could what fail under normal load conditions. So that is one claim. Okay, so this is actually Engineer Emil Morales. Engineer Emil Morales, you can see it. I think he's just as old as me, no? About 50 to 60 years old. That is the range of age, no? So he might be focused his experience on structural. So I am very new to structural. I am about 5 to 6 years in structural. But Engineer Emil Morales might have about 30 or 35 years of experience in structural. Okay? So meaning his study, not only the opinion, because he said that they studied it. There is an experiment. There is a what? Observation made. Okay? Experimentation made. Not just an opinion given arbitrarily. So there is a what? A basis on why they are claiming something. Okay? There is a what? Scientific basis as they claim. Okay. Okay. So 1 to 2 millimeter, according to him. He just said it right now. Okay. So 1 to 2 millimeter. So what happened during the TMT process is that they blow a cold water over and around the surface of the hot rolled or cold rolled rebars. So by doing so, the affected area is only the surface of the rebars, not the inside the rebars. So he said 1 to 2 mm. Okay. So if you are buying what? Usually the most economical and acceptable size of steel bar is what? 10 mm, the smallest. Okay, so 10 mm. So if you take out 2 mm from each of the or around of all of the diameter around the diameter of the steel bars. So the core of the steel bar is about 6 mm remaining, which did not experience what? Did not experience TMT. Not experience TMT. Only the outside portion experienced TMT, which is about 2 mm from the surface. So therefore, the characteristic of the 6 mm inside the rebar is totally different from the characteristic of the rebars, considering only its surface, because that is the only part wherein it experience what? Blowing of cold water. Okay, so let us continue. Okay, they are claiming that the common or previous process, which is microalloy process rather than TMT, is better because the whole cross section has the same characteristic. The whole cross section the same characteristic. Unlike TMT, wherein they are claiming that only the outer layer of the steel has a good characteristic, and because of that claim, there is some sense of what? There is some sense of what? Fake product. There is some sense of fake product because you are just hiding. You are hiding the real material which is inside the steel bars from its good quality that you can see outside. Okay, so and you are not actually showing it to them, you are not actually explaining it to them without the owners, meaning owner of the building, without the owners of the building and also the design engineers knowing about those things. Okay, so they are totally blind about this type of material, and the question is, how long does this type of product is started to be produced? Okay, when they started, when? The question is when. Okay, so therefore we are what? At risk, particularly in NCR, because we are what? Having so many high-rise building, and we don't know which one of these high-rise building are what? Having the substandard. So there is now what? The word substandard, because there is a notion of a peak product. And the notion of peak product is actually related to the word substandard when we are talking of construction or engineering construction. Okay. So meaning they are floating the idea that this product might be substandard. Okay. So if you are using substandard material, it is almost always the case that the outcome would not be good. Okay. The outcome would not be good with that product or with that building in particular. Okay. So let's continue. So this was heard or overheard by a politician named what? Former Senator Cositeng, which is actually in this recent election is one of the winners for senatorial seat. Okay, overheard the forum, and she got interested because she wants to. She is a potential owner, and she wants to build a building for her school. Okay, she is planning to build a building for her school, which is planned to be what 5 to 6 story building. So it's not totally high rise. That is only what mid-rise building. That's only a mid-rise building. 6 floor, 6-story building. So that is not really problem. But what she did, was to after knowing this, was to import a bulk of steel material from abroad, from other countries, with the specification that she wanted. And there's nothing wrong about it because you are the owner. You can choose any material you like. The wrong about this thing is that the producer of locally made rebars is not divulging the specification. Okay? They just change the properties, right? Without giving memo, without giving what public or publicity, without giving it to advertisement or putting those things in a specification of their product. Without doing that, they just produce and sell it to the public. Okay, that is not transparent enough. No? That is actually, I think that is somewhat sketchy. That is sketchy, to say the least. To say the least, that is sketchy. There's something probably bad intention, really, due to the secrecy. Why there's so much of secrecy? Is your product not good enough? Why need secrecy? Why do we need secrecy? Okay, so that is one thing, but we cannot say it for sure because we might be liable for libel. Okay, so that is our opinion due to the what? To this video. It is our reaction to this video. Now, this video is about what? 20, I think this is 2018. Is this 2018 or 2019? So this is about 2018. 2018. So this is about 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, they go to this TV station and inform the public about this. And after 4 years, nothing happened. After 4 years, nothing happened. And actually, Engineer Morales, Emil Morales, actually started going to the public as early as 2010, 2011. So if you count the years, 2010, 2011, let's say 2011, it's already 11 going to 12 years. Nothing happened. Okay. So why? Why? Let us react. Why? Okay. Okay. So when they went public together with this senator, so they are being harassed as they claim, as the senator claimed. This is not my word. He's claiming about it. They are being harassed because they went public and they are being bullied by certain parties, probably the factory owners, owner of the river products, right? The factory of the river products, or the the government agency responsible for making sure that every public product must be controlled by the government by means of what? Standards. So we have what? Philippine National Standard. It is under what? DTI. So DTI is supposed to check those products that is going to public if they are really the correct product. So I think there is somewhat negligence or remiss on their part. I don't know. I don't really. I cannot because I need to hear their side of the story. This video is one side of the story. This is from the point of view of Engineer Emil and Senator Poseteng. So if you have any comment, you can post your comment on this reaction video on the comment section below. And what can you say? How about you? What is your opinion about this? Viewing this issue, what can you say? If you are a civil engineer, what can you say? And I will check your comment on the comment section below. I need you to express your opinion briefly, 2 sentences, 3 sentences, 1 paragraph, short as that, as brief as possible. Okay, so we'll check that. I want you to give your own opinion. Okay, do not copy paste the opinion of your seatmates. Okay, let us move to the other topic. So this is very important with us, important to our course, and therefore later on, after you give your own opinion, I will make my own explanation. Okay. So anyway, so that's all for this reaction video. And again, this is Dr. AP, Preaching Engineering for Nation Building.